Rebirth of the Red Color, Danqing Rebellion. Chapter 1 The Flowering Season with Bright Eyes. In a corner of Linen City in the southern Song dynasty, the willow leaves gently brushed through the bluestone alleys, and a touch of fluttering figures came. Her name is Gu Qingxian, and she has bright eyes and bright teeth, like a magnolia flower blooming in the morning dew. In the flow of her brushes, she can make the plain paper bloom and become a chapter. S father died early, and all the burdens of the family were supported by his brother Gu Ziqian, and the brothers and sisters depended on each other. Gu Ziqian doted on her and almost held her in the palm of his hand to take care of her. Sister, what are the disadvantages of this Danqing? Gu Ziqian looked at the landscape paintings she had carefully described. His eyes were gentle, as if all the tenderness in the world was condensed in him alone. Brother Ziqian, you teach me how to put my eyes on it, and I am willing to spend my life learning it. Gu Qingxian smiled, and the brilliance on her face was like spring water. However, the good times don't last long. Gu Ziqian was seriously ill, and in front of the sickbed, Gu Qingxian held his hand and teased with tears in his eyes, "Brother, you must live, I don't allow you to lose you." Chapter 2 Die away from the yoke of the covenant. Gu Ziqian couldn't resist the illness after all, and handed her a yellowed book and a marriage dissolution book before he died. "Qingxian, if I leave, you can stop being trapped in that deserted mansion for me. You can use this letter of dissolution when you need it, and you don't have to force yourself." The death of his brother was like a thunderbolt from the sky, and Gu Qingxian couldn't stop crying. She thought she could keep this affection, but she was bound by the marriage contract set by her parents before her death, and she had no choice but to marry into the Zhao family on the rich side. The high walls and deep courtyard imprisoned her freedom like a cage, and the brother who doted on her was gone, only indifferent gaze and endless ridicule. Zhao Zhenxian, the mother of the Zhao family, treated her coldly and often tortured her with unpleasant words. After only a few years of marriage, Gu Qingxian withered like a fallen leaf, and the fragrance disappeared. Chapter 3 The Strange Awakening of the Light of Rebirth. In the middle of the night, she saw a thick fog in her dream, and in the blurred figure was Gu Ziqian's voice, "Qingxian, wake up, you still have a chance." When she opened her eyes, she found herself back to the day before her brother fell seriously ill. Shocked by lightning, she decided to change her fate. Save her brother first, and then dissolve the marriage contract. This time, she is no longer controlled by others. In order to save her brother, she devoted herself to medicine, visiting famous doctors and even learning the use of rare herbs. In the medical hall, she met a strange young man named Su Huange, handsome and strange, but he was a medical wizard, and the two walked together and became partners in saving people. Chapter 4 Brother and sister reunite with their rival Su Huange. Gu Ziqian's condition miraculously improved with the assistance of Su Huange and Gu Qingxuan's sleepless care. Su Huange not only has excellent medical skills, but can also identify many rare medicinal herbs, and the relationship between him and Gu Qingxian has gradually become complicated. One day, Su Huange brought a mysterious Danqing, which contained an ancient secret recipe that could cure Gu Ziqian's terminal illness. However, behind this secret recipe is a shocking conspiracy, and even involves the dark secrets within the Zhao family. Chapter 5 The Secret and Counterattack of the High-Rise Mansion Compound. After recovering from a serious illness, Gu Ziqian secretly investigated the Zhao family and found that the housewife, Zhao Zhenxian, not only poisoned many daughters-in-law, but also colluded with corrupt officials in the imperial court and used marriage as a tool for power trading. Gu Qingxian decided to use the marriage dissolution letter in his hand to break off this unjust marriage contract. Zhao Zhenxian was angry and designed to frame her, but Su Huange and Gu Ziqian worked together to expose the conspiracy. The turmoil in the Zhao family's mansion broke out again, and Gu Qingxuan's fate began to turn. Chapter 6 The Glorious Rebirth in the Waving of the Marriage Dissolution Book. At a family banquet, Gu Qingxian tore the red ribbon of the marriage cancellation book and announced the termination in public. Everyone was stunned, and she smiled, as if the flame of rebirth burned her whole body. "Many years ago, it was my brother who protected me in the palm of his hand, and today, it is my life that controls my own destiny," she exclaimed. Su Huang raised his glass and invited, Qing Xian, let's drink this cup, for freedom and rebirth. Chapter 7 Danqing World, Create a New Life. After getting rid of the shackles of marriage, Gu Qingxian joined hands with Gu Ziqian and Su Huang to embark on a long road of revenge and chasing dreams. She used Danqing to paint the ideal world in her heart, and the secret was hidden in the painting, which attracted the attention of the imperial court and attracted new enemies. She uses the pen as a sword and the painting as a shield, interweaving the bizarre rivers and lakes and the struggle of the court, and the legend continues. The girl with bright eyes and bright teeth has finally become the most brilliant light in the torrent of history. Chapter 8 The Mystery and Mystery of the Picture Scroll. After Gu Qingxian dissolved the marriage, he did not stay away from the Zhao family's compound, but secretly investigated the mysterious Danqing brought by Su Huang. The landscape in the painting is not an ordinary landscape, but hides ancient secrets and unsolved mysteries. Legend has it that this scroll was passed down from a painter of a lost dynasty and contained the power to change fate. Qingxian meditated day after day, using his exquisite Danqing skills to repeatedly study the symbols and lines hidden in the painting, and finally discovered the password behind the painting scroll in the dead of night. It was an ancient contract spell that affected the luck of heaven and earth. Just as she was unlocking the opportunity, a sudden thunderstorm struck Linen City, and the thunder light pierced the sky, like a heavenly earthquake fury. In the thunder, the scroll mysteriously glows, as if it comes to life, leading her to a bizarre journey to another world. Chapter 9 Fantasy Trial, The Summoning of the Danqing World. Gu Qingxuan's eyes were dark, and when he opened it again, he was already in a strange world Danqing fantasy realm. Everything here is made of ink and color, the trees seem to come to life, the river flows in the sky, and the clouds are dynamic paintings. Her brush strokes can be turned into real power, the landscapes she paints can be turned into shields, and the shadows of her swords can cut through the void. In the illusion, Gu Qingxian met the guardian of the illusion, a huge kingland dragon named Mo Feng. Mo Feng's deep and majestic voice echoed in his ears, if you want to return to reality and unlock the final secret of that picture, you must pass the test and prove your will and the strength of Danqing. The trial is divided into 3 parts, the maze of paintings, the duel of demons, and finally the awakening of the brush. Each trial tested her intelligence, courage, and emotion. She experiences bizarre adventures in the fantasy world, encountering all kinds of illusions, her former lover, her deceased brother, and her former enemies, all of which turn into phantoms to talk to her, making her realize the true meaning of life and destiny. Chapter 10 The Demon Duel with the Phantom of the Brother. The most unforgettable thing for Gu Qingxian was the third trial, the Heart Demon Duel. In the illusion, Gu Ziqian's phantom turned into a light and told her, "Sister, you can't live in the sorrow of the past anymore. Let go of me, and you can have a future." However, what followed was the phantom of fear and remorse in his heart, which was intertwined into a fierce psychological war. She must face up to her pain and guilt over her brother's death and find the strength to get back on her feet. "I won't let your departure be a constraint again," she gripped her brush, determination reflected in her teary eyes. "I want to use my own hands to draw a future that truly belongs to me." At this moment, the brush emitted a dazzling light, and she finally completed the awakening of Danqing's power. Chapter 11 Return to Reality and Reversal of Fate. After completing the trial, Gu Qingxian woke up from the illusion. She noticed that the mysterious Danqing had become dazzling, and a line of golden text appeared on the scroll, "Destiny, you are in control." Returning to reality, she used this power to help those who were oppressed by the Zhao family. She gradually built up a team of healers, painters, and righteous men to fight against the dark forces of the Zhao family. Zhao Zhenxian was shocked when she saw this, and sent assassins to assassinate Gu Qingxian. At the critical moment, Su Huang and Gu Ziqian stepped forward to escort them, and a fierce street battle unfolded in Linen City. Chapter 12 Bizarre Street Battles and Power Reversals. During the street battle, Gu Qingxian used a paintbrush to draw an illusion of the formation, confusing the assassin and disorienting him. Su Huang treated the wounded with exquisite medical skills, while Gu Ziqian mobilized the righteous people in the city to set off a wave of resistance. The Zhao family's power fell into chaos for a while, and Gu Qingxuan's reputation quickly rose and became a folk legend. Her paintings were regarded as talismans and were all the rage. However, behind this bizarre turmoil, there is an even bigger secret. The Danqing is the key to the royal inheritance of the lost dynasty, and she is the only heir. Chapter 13 Secrets Revealed and New Challenges Revealed. When Gu Qingxian gradually uncovered the secret of the scroll, she found that she was the reincarnation of the last princess of the lost dynasty. This identity not only means supreme glory, but also brings the pursuit and killing of the enemies of the race. Su Huange turned out to be a descendant of the guardian of the lost dynasty and silently guarded her for a long time. Gu Ziqian is also an extraordinary person, an ancient sage who was reborn, and his mission is to help her complete the great cause of restoring the country. Faced with the enemy's encirclement, Gu Qingxian decided to rely on the strength of Danqing and the support of his brother and Su Huange to lead his righteous soldiers to revive the glory of the dynasty. Chapter 14 Danqing rebelled against his fate, and the rivers and lakes rose again. Gu Qingxian perfectly combined Danqing's art and strategy, drew a map of the illusion formation and the art of war, and became an invincible resourceful female general in the rivers and lakes and the court. She set off a bizarre artistic revolution and political storm in the north and south of the river, turning from a picture scroll of wind and snow to a thrilling power drama. Finally, in the dawn of dawn, she stood on the top of the rivers and mountains, looking at the Danqing picture scroll that will eventually be remembered by the world, with a smile on the corner of her mouth, as if all fate was in the palm of her hand. Chapter 15 The Charlatans and the Court Undercurrent. Gu Qingxian led the loyal and righteous people to gradually break through the Zhao family's power network. Su Huange and Gu Ziqian conspired and plotted to make public the evidence of the collusion between corrupt officials in the court and the Zhao family, causing a sensation among the people. However, the dark tide in the court was surging, and a new enemy emerged. A mysterious black-clothed assassin group Ink Shadow began to haunt frequently, seemingly eyeing the Danqing painting scroll in Gu Qingxuan's hand in her life. The leader of the Ink Shadow is cold-faced and ruthless, with swordsmanship and stealth abilities that are different from ordinary people, which has caused Gu Qingxian and his party to repeatedly fall into crisis. Chapter 16 The Final Battle of the Phantom Ink Shadow. In an assassination operation, Gu Qingxian was cornered and saw no way out. At this time, Su Huange showed his long-hidden skills, and joined hands with Gu Ziqian, and the three of them worked together to fight back. Under the cover of the moonlight, a fierce battle broke out in which the strange sword shadow and the illusion of Danqing were intertwined. Gu Qingxian lit up the heavens and the earth with a paintbrush, conjured up countless sword shadows to block the enemy, and the leader of the Ink Shadows was finally defeated. The assassin group collapsed, the evil forces of the court gradually lost their foundation, and Gu Qingxuan's position became increasingly stable, becoming a legendary woman respected by both the rivers and lakes and the political arena. Chapter 17 Palace Turbulence and the Prelude to Restoration. As the truth was gradually revealed, the power within the imperial court gradually shifted to the reformers on Gu Qingxuan's side. She used the hidden wisdom in Danqing's paintings to put forward the concept of a new deal and promote the reconstruction of the country. However, there are still old forces within the palace who are fighting with her openly and secretly, and the situation is changing. She overcomes rigidity with softness, combines wisdom and people's hearts, and dissolves enemies one by one. The overture of the restoration of the country slowly played, the people's aspirations, the world returned to the heart, and Gu Qingxian ushered in a historic ceremony. Chapter 18 The brilliance of the painting brings the world together. After several years of fierce battles, Gu Qingxian finally held a grand ceremony in the land south of the Yangtze River to announce the establishment of a new dynasty. She uses the Danqing painting scroll as a national treasure, symbolizing the inheritance of art and wisdom. The elder brother Gu Ziqian and Su Huange stood side by side, and the three of them faced the future together. Gu Qingxian knew in her heart that this was not only a personal victory, but also the expectation of tens of millions of people for freedom and justice. At the end of the ceremony, she slowly unfolded the last painting, in which the high-rise compound that once trapped her was now transformed into a paradise of flowers. underscore 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 un. Chapter 19 The Pen of Freedom and the Eternal Danqing. Gu Qingxian decided to retreat into the background, handed over the power of governance to his henchmen and virtuous ministers, returned to the studio by himself, and continued to use Danqing to depict the beauty of the world in the hearts of the people. She and Su Huang traveled hand in hand all over the mountains and rivers, recording the various states of the rivers and lakes, and became an immortal legend. Gu Ziqian guarded the foundation of the new dynasty, and the three of them supported each other and firmly controlled their fate in their own hands. In the painting, she wrote, "Destiny is like a pen, and only a brave heart can write a legend." Underscore 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 un. Epilogue The Pen of Fate paints a lifetime. Gu Qingxuan's life, like the paintbrush in her hand, was once imprisoned by fate, but she finally grasped the light of freedom. Her story tells the world that no matter how difficult the fate is, as long as you dare to be reborn and rewritten, life can bloom with the most brilliant brilliance. That Danqing painting has become the most brilliant chapter in the long river of history, inspiring countless people in later generations to fight against shackles and seek their own world with wisdom and courage. Gu Qingxian, a woman with bright eyes and bright teeth and wonderful hands, used her life and art to draw a true legend of her own rebellion,